All right, so I'm gonna make this pork shoulder. The first thing you have to do is get it as dry as you possibly can. Because the drier it is, the crispier the skin is going to be. And so I'm probably gonna go through a few paper towels, which I really, really do not like doing. But you just want it so dry because, like I said, the drier it is, the crispier it will be. And the crispier it is, the more delicious it is. And unless you don't like crispy, then I guess you don't have to worry about it. But the way I'm showing y'all how to do today, you want crispy. Does it look good? Ooh! So we're gonna pat it down and we're gonna flip it over and pat it down on the other side as well. All right, so I've just got a little bit of white vinegar that I'm gonna brush on this. This is gonna help it draw some moisture out and dry it up. We want it, like I said, as dry as possible. All right, so it's been a whole overnight. This has been in the fridge for quite a while and it's very, very dry to the touch. There's a lot of liquid on the pan, but I think that's gonna be okay. So we're gonna put this in the oven for 8 hours at 250. And then we're gonna check it out. You cook it for about 8 hours and then you set it to broil. So then we're gonna set it to broil and make it a crispy skin. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and stick this in the oven. And it's about 7 o'clock. Look at time right here. It's 7 o'clock, so around 2 or 3, it should be about ready. And that'll give us enough time to let it sit and cool down just a little bit before we eat it for dinner. So let's see what it looks like in about 8 hours. So the pork shoulder is about done. It's been in the oven since 7:30 a.m. It is 3:30 p.m. So I'm going to take it out and set the temperature to 450 and let it get crispy. This is like the key part that you don't want to miss is making it crispy. I'm going to take it out, set it to 450 and let it come to 450, and then I'm going to put it back in for about 10-15 minutes and it's going to be ready. And in the meantime, I've got potatoes making. So I'm making the potatoes. Fun fact, I've never made potatoes from scratch before. I grew up with boxed potatoes, which I thought were just fine. And so this is the first time. My husband likes making mashed potatoes and he does for Thanksgiving. So that's as often as we have mashed potatoes, but we got these big bags of potatoes, 2 for $4. So we have 4 bags and I gotta use them. I've already cut some up and stuck them in the garden just now. And so I'm gonna show you how the potatoes turn out. So let's take a little sneak peek at the pork shoulder. Now I am aware that my oven's not the cleanest, all right? I gotta pick my battles of what gets clean in this house. But look how beautiful. You can hear it sizzling. And this is what it looks like so far. It is beautiful, isn't it? It smells like Thanksgiving here for you American viewers. Canadian sometimes, eh? You celebrate Thanksgiving, so yeah, Thanksgiving smells like ham and turkey basically, to me at least. So let's go ahead and stick this back in and see how crispy it gets. said, we're gonna crank it up to 450, just about broiling really, but 450 must be the magic temperature. All right, so we've taken this out of the oven. It's finally done, but we're gonna let it sit a while. We have this fancy salt block that broke, and so we have it on this pan. We're gonna let it sit for a little while just to let it rest and contain the juices better, because if you cut it open, all the juices kind of flow out and it's not gonna be as moist. So that's just a little tip that I've learned from my special husband. So we're gonna let it sit, but you peel it off and it's crispy like chips. So the first day when we make this, we just eat it like this. We kind of tear it all off the bone and eat that. I don't have a potato masher, but I do have a wooden spoon. I'm gonna mash it just a little bit.